flipping is often referred to as one of, if not the best money-making method in all of Hypixel Skyblock, with all of the top players doing it every single day. The biggest issue with flipping is a lot of people don't know how to do it effectively. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to actually flip and how every single person watching this video can make millions and millions of coins by the end of today. Unless it's like 11:30 for you. Then you got to put the video on 2x speed. Let's go. But hold on there just a second. You thought you could get away. Did you know that 90% of you guys actually aren't subscribed? Hey, don't skip this part. Look, all I have to say is if you have seen other videos by me or you do end up enjoying this video, please do consider subscribing. It helps out the channel so much more than you think, even if you never watch another one of my videos again. Okay, that's not entirely true. Please watch my videos. But subscribing is always free, and you can always unsubscribe later if I actually start making good videos. Now, keep in mind, this is an flipping video, so there are going to be some mods used in this video. If you'd like to learn what my mod pack or my resource packs are, they are going to be in the channel's official Discord server, which you can join. The link will be in the description. On top of that, if you look at the time bar down below, there's going to be timestamps for this video, as it's probably going to be pretty long. Feel free to skip to any of those timestamps throughout the video. But I know you were here for an flipping tutorial, so let's get started. Okay, the first and most important thing to flipping is what you're going to flip. Of course, with flipping, you can flip really anything under the sun if you'd really like, but there's specific items in the game that are better to flip than others, and we refer to these as high demand items. High demand items essentially means that the items are in high want. People buy these items constantly, and in turn, they also sell these items constantly. Now, you can use your own imagination for what items are good here. I'm going to list off a couple examples. For items that are cheap but yet high demand, we're looking at items like dragon armor. So you got young and you got strong dragon armor in specific. For the mid-game players, we're going to be looking at items like the Flower of Truth and Livid Dagger. Both of these items are extremely important for dungeons and are constantly bought on a daily. And for endgame players, you can look at items like Juju bows, Storm armors, Ekron armors, even Hyperions and Terminator bows if you've got the money to do stuff like that. I think a really good sweet spot for flipping is probably having about 10 million coins, but if you've got less than that, like you only have about 1 to 2 million coins, I'm also going to be showing you guys how to flip as well and make some nice profit. And a quick warning for everybody, just in case you didn't know already, there is risk going into flipping. Items prices on the can change all the time, and if you're going for really long-term flips, keep in mind they can go down. The reason why we do high demand items in specific is because no matter what, people always need these items and they're selling constantly, meaning the price does not fluctuate that much. If we go for high demand items, it's way less of a risk, but keep in mind the longer term the flip, the higher the risk gets, generally speaking. All right, let's get started with one of the simplest flipping methods there is. Every single player should be able to do this. All you're gonna need is a little bit of patience and just a little bit of money as well. What I like to call this method is outbid flipping or outbid margin flipping, but there's actually probably a formal term for it. To set this money-making method up, all you're gonna wanna do is talk to the auction agent, go into the browser, and then go to auctions only. From here, set up to ending soon, and then pick the item that you want to do. For this example, to make it as simple as possible, I'm going to be showing off level 1 wolf pets because this item doesn't have that much variability, but you can do this on items like the Flower of Truth. The premise of this money-making method is you're going to find an item that has a decently high lowest bin. For example, level 1 wolves right now are 2 million coins lowest bin. If we go over here into the auctions only browser and go by ending soon, you'll see that right now there's a wolf pet ending in 10 hours going for 100,000 coins. Now, what we could do right now is set a bid for 110,000 coins and inevitably get outbid by the other person bidding on this item, or we could actually put this person in a disadvantaged situation so that if they outbid on this item, they actually lose money or only break even, whereas we make money. Let me explain. This item right now is lowest bin is about 2 million coins. Wolves tend to be pretty consistent, but if you're doing a high demand item like a Flower of Truth, the price is generally speaking always consistent. What you're going to want to do is go to the bid amount, and instead of having a bidding war with somebody, take it to 1,900,000 coins, as you can see right here. This may seem weird at first, but hear me out. The lowest bid for the wolf right now is 2 mil, and we're going to be bidding 1.9 mil, meaning that if we win this wolf, we are going to be making 100,000 coins profit by doing nothing but placing this bid. We don't have to outbid war anybody or anything like that. You just simply put a bid very close to the lowest bin, and right now this bid is up. Within the next 10 hours, if we win this item, we can then flip over to the bin side of the auction house and then flip this item for a free 100,000 coins. And the real benefit here is that I can guarantee not a single person will outbid you, and you can actually see why if you click on the wolf. If you go into submit bid, you'll see the new bid for this item is going to cost 1,995,000 coins, which is only 4,000 coins away from lowest bin. This essentially means that if any other person in the game bids on this wolf, they're going to be breaking even or losing money on the auction house tax. Whereas instead, since we placed a bid so close to lowest bin, for us, we're going to be making 100,000 coins profit. So you can see right here that this is an effective strategy for making easy money on every single item. The benefit here is this only gets better with the more money you have. That auction right there took me about 5 seconds to find. What I can just do is go to this wolf right here and do the exact same thing. Place it for 1.9 mil. Now the outbid for both of these wolves is going to be essentially the same as the lowest bin. That really just means that no one's going to want to outbid me on those wolves since they could just buy it on lowest bin, but we're actually getting it for 100k cheaper. That is really the premise of what I like to call outbid margin flipping. It's essentially putting yourself into an advantageous situation before somebody else does. The profit margins only get higher with the more expensive the item. The livid dagger, which is around 8 million coins, will cost even more to outbid. It'll cost maybe 300 to 400,000 coins to outbid on a livid dagger, meaning that's your profit margin right there. 300 to 400,000 coins per flip. Bid on a dozen livid daggers before you go to bed, sell them each in the morning for 350,000 coins profit, and you've literally made yourself 3 to 4 million coins in one night. Now that I showed you guys outbid flips, I'm going to show you guys the second simplest flipping method, which is going to be called bin to bin flipping. This method definitely gets better with the more money you have. Keep that in mind. What you're going to want to do is then hop onto the auction house and then switch over to bin only, because now we're going to be doing stuff with bin. You're going to want to look through a bunch of different high demand items. So I'm talking Flower of Truths, livid daggers, juju bows, dragon armors, pets, and all of the items that people buy a lot. Those were some good examples right there, but have some creativity too. Some creativity definitely helps. Right now, what I'm going to do is go check out Flower of Truth on the AH. As you can see right here, this is a perfect flip. There's a Flower of Truth right now for 3 mil lowest bin, and the next one up is 3.1 mil. So if I were to then buy that Flower of Truth for 3 mil, I could flip it for about 100k profit. The issue with bin to bin items is sometimes it can be sketchy because the bin for an item changes a lot. Having experience in the game is a really good way to be extremely confident with flipping. But if you're really lucky with bin to bin flipping, you can get a huge disparity between lowest bin and the next one up. And that's where you can make a lot of money doing bin to bin. The cons of doing bin to bin flipping is you're going to have to check the AH constantly. I mean, every 10 to 20 minutes, you're going to want to check all the high demand items to see if there's any disparity. The nice part is you have the potential to make a lot of money on these items, and you can generally be pretty active with it if you like to do that. Now that you guys know the two most important concepts for flipping, I'm now going to be showing you guys a small trick to increase your profits by a ton while flipping. This little trick here is best used on items like swords that have a lot of enchants with them. Now, as you can see right here, lowest bin for a Flower of Truth is about 3 million coins. Instead of looking at the lowest bin here, what we can actually do is move up, try to find the lowest bin with max enchants on it. Right here, you can see that this Flower of Truth is a perfect candidate because it's got the spicy reforge on it, and it's got all of the good enchants that you see on the majority of swords. Right here, you can see I've got all of them. The price differential is about 500,000 coins from lowest bin here. So what you can do is actually do something a little bit sneaky where you go onto the ending soon of Flower of Truths and look for a Flower of Truth that has almost nothing on it except for enchant books. Like right here, this epic Flower of Truth. You can see that it actually has enchants and hot potato books. A lot of people in this game actually tend to forget that all these enchants that you see on my right here actually cost a decent amount of money to put onto a weapon. I myself, when buying weapons and stuff like that, don't even consider the price that goes into it, as it's usually a really small cost. So the trick is, what you can do here is you can set the bid amount to a little bit over lowest bin. For this one, we're going to put about 3.2 million coins. This is about 100 to 200,000 coins higher than lowest bin, meaning when anybody comes across this item and sees it, they may not want to outbid me for it because they can instantly see that this item is going for higher than lowest bin. The benefit here is that we know that these enchant books right here are actually worth about 500,000 coins, meaning that if we place a bid for about 3.2 million coins here, if we are to win this item right here, we can then flip this Flower of Truth for 3.5 million coins, and actually maybe even more since this item has our hot potato books on it, which tend to be around 300,000 coins or more. Now, keep in mind, this item has a significantly higher chance of being outbid, since if somebody is perceptive enough, they can actually go and see that they could make a lot of profit on this item. But like I said before, when people are flipping on the AH, a lot of people actually tend to disregard enchant books. books, just because they're such a cheap cost and on so many weapons, but they really are actually worth a significant amount of money. When flipping stars, hot potato books, enchantment books, and reforges, the prices on the AH can change a lot, but this is one of the easiest places to make your profit when AH flipping. Oftentimes, people don't really know how much hot potato books, how much enchants, how much reforges, and how much stars are worth on pieces of armor, and people will actually avoid putting bids onto armor with stars and stuff like that on it to avoid complication completely. If you go find out how much these items are worth yourself, you may just have a better chance of winning that item, as other people don't really want to find out what it costs. With more experience, you'll know what these things cost in the future as well. I hope that wasn't too confusing or complicated for you, because it is a lot to take in. Whew. And finally, we made it to the end of the video. This video was quite a long one, and honestly, it was only a beginner guide to true AH flipping. Honestly, I can make a whole nother video on AH flipping and all the different methods there are, like craft flipping, doing long-term flips, and doing flips depending on the mayors as well. If you do end up enjoying this video, please do consider leaving a like and comment down below if you'd like to see a part 2 of this video, because I did really enjoy making it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing, and consider joining the Discord. With that all out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.